Manu, the two young male lions that we've been spending the evening with, are on the move, and they're heading towards a herd of zebra. So take a look. Let's see if you can see the zebra. They're somewhere up ahead of us. It's difficult at night. We're using infrared cameras there. The zebra, you're on them there, Manu, well done. And the lions are just off on the left. Let's see if you can get onto them. There we go. Nice. So maybe stay on those lions, and I'll keep an eye on the zebras and the thermal. I've got a thermal camera strapped to my door. It is the coolest toy you could ever imagine having. And it's hugely, hugely useful when following lions or any predators really on the hunts after dark. So we're using minimal lighting. I've just got my dim headlights on so I can see where I'm going. I'm off-roading in order to try and get us into the best possible spots. And things are looking good. Like I said, this is a live broadcast, as I'm sure you're all aware, and I'm not even sure what the time is. It's probably around 1:30 in the morning here. It's a bit of a windy evening, so good hunting conditions for these lion. And I just need to work out where's the best spot for us to be positioned. And then hopefully we'll be able to switch off and watch them do some hunting. Like I said, they're two fairly young males, so not the most experienced hunters. And we saw them fluff quite an easy opportunity a little bit earlier on. So they were actually sleeping, to be fair, and a herd of wildebeest came stampeding towards them, and those wildebeest were being chased by a single hyena, just trying his luck or her luck, working a herd of wildebeest, looking for any weaknesses, and they literally ran up to about 20 meters away from these lion, but the lion did not pounce. Okay. Hey, Juma, you think I'm one of the hardest working people you've ever met, and well, that's very, very kind of you to say that. I feel like I'm very, very fortunate with regards to my job at the moment. And to be honest, the clock's ticking. The migration is coming to an end, and we need to make the most of it while the going's good. So I am possibly a little bit tired, but having the greatest time imaginable out here. And again, it's so special to share it with you. Of course, it would be cold and lonely out here without having all you guys getting involved and tagging along for the adventure. It's so hard to gauge distance in the evening. Let's see where the lions are, Manu. Maybe stay on the lions. We're on the road now, so you should be able to track them pretty nicely. Cool. Look at that. We're going hunting with lions. So it's actually almost full moon at the moment. Even though it's a cloudy evening, it's still very, very light, so I can see fairly far. I can even see the road now without any car lights on. Isn't that awesome? And you can imagine on a clear evening how easy it is you can see out here. It's one of my favorite things to experience, is just driving around in the bush with absolutely no headlights on. And when you've got a big infrared camera with a 1000mm lens on it, following the lions, it doesn't get any better. Okay, so let's just stop and assess things quickly, because it seems like the lion are heading away from the zebra. They've maybe heard other pride members. Manu, if you go to 3 o'clock, you'll pick up the zebra. Hello, Ryan. You would like to know why the gnu's are migrating. And yes, it's a seasonal movement in search of food. So that's what they're hoping to find. And that's what they do find. They find these abundant open plains with so much food. And they travel hundreds of kilometers to get here, to cash in on that. They cross countless rivers. And it's not only them. It's about 1 million of them, 500,000 zebra, and about 200,000 Thompson's gazelle that endure the journey. And they're in Kenya for about 3 to 4 months of the year, and in Tanzania, to the south of us, for about 8. But it does vary from time to time. I wonder whether I can pick the zebras up in the thermal, but maybe they're a bit actually too far behind us for Mono to swing through. We've dropped the back flaps, and let's keep moving. I can see 2 thermal dots in front of the lions. Let's go and see what those are. And once we've established what it is ahead of them, we'll see what to do next. So you'd like to know if the sound of the vehicle's engine will disturb hunts, and we try and keep our distance, so that combined with the fact that when we can see it, the hunt is very imminent, we'll switch the vehicle off and therefore not have the ambient noise of the vehicle disrupting either the predator's approach, which actually often helps the predator if the vehicle's running. If the vehicle's off, the prey can hear the predator approaching. So as long as the vehicle's off, you're giving the prey the chance they need and you're not giving the predator an unfair advantage. So that's typically what we would do to avoid those situations. But yes, of course, any ambient noise, be it the wind rustling on a windy day or the sound of a vehicle, will aid the predator and disadvantage its prey. So that's quite a simple way to put it. Okay. Just going to stop here to see what it is ahead of us that I'm picking up in the thermal. If you look at about 12 o'clock, Manu, you should pick up something. There we go. What are those eyes there? Ah, those are other lions. Interesting. What is going to happen here now? And I can see 3. I don't know if it's hyenas. Go off to the left. You'll see 2 trees. Under the second tree, there's something. There's something moving. I'm not sure if we're on the right tree there. Interesting stuff. Mano, zoom out again. Let me just work out which trees you're on. What clock are you on there? If you go to 12 o'clock, okay, there we go. Okay, they're hyena. Well done. Now, I wonder what's going on. I can only see one of the young males that I thought we were with earlier, unless it's impossible that he's got all the way ahead there. But I can't work out where the other male has gone. So that's a little bit interesting. And this male, the fact that the one that on the left of us, Manu, he's stopped. He's looking back in the direction where I thought his brother was. But let's see what happens as he approaches this other line. This could get interesting. Rach, you'd like to know if these lions are well fed, and take a close look at its stomach now. They certainly are not overfed. For this time of the year, you can often see lions quite bloated, but this guy and his brother do need a meal. There's no two ways about that, and he's heading straight towards this other line. I want to just get us a little bit closer, and then we can stop at a reasonable distance and see what happens. It could just be his brother that we've lost track of, but I doubt it, because we were hot on the trail of both of them. Okay, I think I should stop here. And watch what happens as he approaches the other one here. Is it its brother? Oh, it looks like they've found a carcass here. Have they just chased those two hyena off one of their own kills? This could well have happened. The hyena are still lingering around. I can see them far off in the distance with the thermal imaging. This guy's... looks like he... There's the hyena in the background there. Nice. Well done, Mano. Big yawn. Let's get a bit closer now that we know that I think these two are the brothers. What must have happened is that the front brother must have ran ahead once he realized that there was a meal and chased those hyena off. Sadly, we were rather trying to keep our distance and not get too into the action and rather spectate from the side, and we fell a little bit behind there, but that'll happen from time to time. Okay. Manu, just put the camera on them, please, and then I can see when to park. Once we've got a good spot. Hi, Phil. You'd like to know if the hyena here chew on the vehicles like they sometimes do on Juma, and not that we've experienced just yet. What have you got here? Is that a wildebeest, or it is a wildebeest? It's a youngster. Is it a wildebeest? I actually can't work out in the infrared without seeing color. That looks tiny. I can't actually work out what it is. But I'm guessing it's a baby wildebeest. Hi, Kayleen. You'd like to know if the lions will take turns feeding? Usually not. But I think here in the Masai Mara at this time of the year, they do. Because they are simply so well fed. And even though their stomachs are not bloated, I mean, they certainly, I think, both can have a snack here. I think they almost eat more conservatively because they just know there is so much prey around. So rather than gorging themselves to a state of discomfort, which is normally what lions would do, they kind of just snack accordingly without overdoing it, perhaps. It's just a possible theory. Because yes, usually lions would be fighting over food. Even pride members or coalition members. Yet on a number of occasions here, we've noticed that one will feed at a time. One may not even feed on a carcass. It may just run off or walk off without even having a small nibble. That is how plentiful the opportunities are here at this time of the year. And it'll be very interesting to see how much longer it lasts. And it'll be also interesting to see how these lions cope when there's not such easy opportunities. So that's something very interesting. And I've heard that lions in the Mara can get skinny in the months when the migration's out of town. So that'll be something that'll be very, very cool to see. Okay, team, well, it seems like things have calmed down to a boil here. So what I'm thinking is we may set you free to whatever you were doing before. And Taylor's out. I'm not sure how she's doing. She did find some members of the Sausage Tree Pride. So let me just ask her for an update quickly. Taylor. How's things going with the Sausage Pride?
I've left him a moment since you're locked. Have you finished your Facebook Live?
No, we are still live. I was just checking in with you. Copy good. These two boys just chased a couple of hyena off a wildebeest kill that the hyena, I think, had made. But we'll keep you posted. I'm going to sign out. Okay, well, you may have heard that. She had left those Sausage Tree Pride members. They were quite full-bellied and there wasn't too much game around there. So she decided to come and join in on the action here. I guess like right now, if there's two vehicles, it's easy for one vehicle to each follow a line or different members of the Pride. So we're going to try and join forces for the rest of the evening. And hopefully with two vehicles, we'll be able to give you a bit of a different experience. So that is something to look forward to in the next Facebook Live, as and when the action unfolds. Wish us luck. Thanks for joining in, and we will see you soon.